Hey, good evening, folks. I'm back. Different location than last time, as you can't tell. Maybe I should set up a more permanent place. But anyways, before I get into tonight's offering, I wanted to recap on last week. I did Dad's Hat Whiskey from Pennsylvania. I was wondering, I had a couple people ask me where the name Dad's Hat came from. So, of course, I had to research it. And actually, initially, Dad's hat is just referred to a simple ball cap with a covered brow or bent up brow worn low across the forehead. It was popular in the 70s, 80s, made a resurgence here of late. And according to actually the website for Dad's hat, it's a nod to a term given to those fathers who are single parents, dads raising children on their own, which I think is pretty cool. You never really hear about them. So, yeah, like I said, that's pretty cool. And so let's come into this week. And this week, if you remember when I was doing Johnnie Walker Blue, I mentioned Mr. Bell. Well, he suggested this week's offering, and it's going to be Jack Daniel's Honey. I got my little airplane bottle right here. I don't know if you can see it there. And so I thought I'd give it a try. He does like his whiskeys, likes his bourbons, just to sip. So again, thank you for the suggestion, and we'll go from here. Let's see. But Jack Daniel's Honey, what it does is it combines your traditional Jack Daniel's whiskey with a honey liqueur. And this is what you get. Now, honey liqueur, you're probably asking, what is that? Basically, it's honey mixed with another clear spirit, rum, vodka, with spices added in, and that's your honey liqueur. It's a sweet mixture, and again, added in this case, with Jack Daniel's whiskey. They suggest this, on the rocks, tonic or Sprite, tonic water, or in a highball, which is a type of drink, just like an old-fashioned or a grasshopper. And the reason Jack Daniel's came out with this is to appeal to new drinkers and to the female audience. Give them something sweet as opposed to, again, the regular Jack Daniel's. When I mentioned earlier spirits, I thought it was pretty fun that I remembered a Facebook meme that I saw, and it had Dean Martin on it. And he said something to the effect where, I don't drink alcohol, I drink distilled spirits. Therefore, I'm not alcoholic, I'm spiritual. Pretty interesting take, and I would attribute that to him, the old Rat Pack. Oh, and one more, we're talking about the honey liqueur. Germany actually has a honey liqueur. It's called Bärenjäger. And it's a neutral grain spirit, which is a clear spirit, honey, spices, and more. But if you're ever in Germany, give it a shot. So I'm going to pour some, we'll give it a shot. I've never had Jack Daniel's Honey. And let's go. Now, I was going to say also, when it comes to honey, really the only time I really enjoy honey is maybe in some tea or a peanut butter and honey sandwich. I haven't had one of those in a while. But it's always best to get honey from a local produce store, one of your local markets, and the honey is derived from local bees. The reason for this is local bees, pollinate from local plants. And believe it or not, it helps build your immunity to local allergen plants, etc. So, if you're in the market for honey, check out one of your local feed stores or something like that, health food stores. Ocean Springs has an awesome one down on Washington, I believe it is, 5 Seasons. But give it a shot. It's a lot better than your nationally produced ones or your honey from Taiwan or China. So, might as well keep it local. All right, and let's give it a shot. I'm being invaded by cats. All right, let's see here. I know the lighting isn't there, but you have your lighter amber color. The aroma test, you do pick up the honey. And you don't pick up, if you do that with a shot of Jack, you're doing it. But this, you pick up the honey and a slight, maybe even faint aroma of Jack. But the Jack that's in here is still 70 proof. So, let's give it a shot. No pun intended, of course. Hey, this is pretty good. It is sweet. I really don't pick up any spices, but, I do pick up the honey, the sweetness of it, and it is smooth, as opposed to if it was a regular shot of Jack. So I can see where this would be a good alternative for certain markets, for certain audiences, or maybe even a break-in drink. So, when I first started indulging in adult beverages, it was straight up Jack or Jägermeister, the good stuff. And I think I did Jägermeister once before, and there's somebody else who's watching the channel asked me to do Sinatra Select. I'll try to find the link. I did do it earlier, maybe a few years ago. Or I might just go ahead and do a new one coming up. And speaking of that, next week I do have a special beverage. Came all the way from England. And I'll be looking forward to do that one. And I'm sure, and I'm hoping it'll be explosive. But anyways, in the meantime, Jack Daniel's honey, it is nice, it is pleasant. And again, more of a sipping that Mr. Bell enjoys doing. So, there you go. And a quick salute out back to all the single dads out there. Stay thirsty.